everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I've got a new full tutorial for you. I've altered this journal cover with my favorite Finnabair mediums, the waxes. You can adjust the speed of the video in the settings to make it easier to follow along. And I've added a list of supplies in the description box. And make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you like my videos. Thanks for your support, stay healthy and have a wonderful day. This time I started by thinking of how I wanted to place the elements on top of the journal. Usually I only think about what I'm going to use, but this time I actually wanted to plan ahead a little, just to make it a little bit easier when I'm going to create texture. So I start by adding a layer of black gesso to the elements. You could choose for yourself what you like best, if you like to add the black gesso first or later, just before you're going to add them to your project. But I guess it was just a day where I wanted to start with the elements first. So as usual, I'm going to speed up some parts of the video, but if you're following along and it's going too fast, you can adjust the speed in the settings. But otherwise it would be a very long and a bit boring video with all the gessoing going on. Using amazing casting resin or fast curing polyurethane resin. I hope I pronounced it correctly. But it's a 2-component resin, very easy to use, and it cures really fast within 10 minutes. And I think that is just excellent to use with my Prima marketing molds. Besides the resin pieces that I've created with my Prima marketing molds, I'm also using some mid-form castings, which is a fantastic Polish brand. And you can find their Facebook page in my description box, so you can check out where to buy these. So now I'm covering my journal with some black gesso. I'd like to work on a darker background when working with the Finnabair waxes. I think they really look amazing on a darker background, but you could also use a white background, of course. And I'm just covering it in a quick layer of black gesso before I'm going to work on the texture. Now I'm going to work on some texture. I'm using a super easy way with masking tape, which is easy but cheap, and it's really cool. It's a really cool technique to use to create some texture. So you will see as soon as I'm doing it, my actually turns out great. now I start to create texture using sculpture medium by Finnabair and some thin cheesecloth or bandage. I'm putting it really good into the sculpture medium to make sure that it's soaked. And when this dries, it really creates this awesome texture. I also wanted to add some different texture besides the sculpture medium. So I'm adding some texture paste by Finnabair with a sandy kind of texture, which is really cool. And it has this amazing color, but I decide to make everything black so you won't see the color, but it's really cool. As you can see, I really work in phases. So first I add a layer of black gesso to the cover, then I add some texture, and then I'm finishing the texture, and then I'm adding a second layer of black gesso. If I would add layers of gesso every time that I applied one type of texture, you would have like this buildup of gesso, and that won't make it well, more beautiful. And this is the book how it's looking right now. And you can see that there's this lovely, really diverse texture, and it's almost like a moon landscape. So I'm gluing some used brushes here, and normally I would say don't glue them with a glue gun, but the reason that I'm using a glue gun and some heavy body gel is the fact that I know that these brushes don't really stick that easy, and this way they will stay on there for the short term but also for the long term. Going to work with some Andy Skinner lava paste, which is a really cool medium. You can add it, apply it in many different ways, but I'm using a spatula to apply some of the paste, and later on I will even it out with a sponge. And the fun thing, if you use a sponge, it will actually will result after I heated it in a bubbly kind of texture, which is really cool. Now I'm going to add some color, and I'm using Tibetan Poppy Teal, one of the Starburst by Lindy's. And these Starburst, they have this really sparkly mica in them, which makes them quite suitable for darker backgrounds, but not all of them. So make sure to swatch them before you're going to use them. And I'm also going to use my favorite waxes. So these waxes come in different types, and I'm using some metallic wax, some Opal Magic wax, and all kinds of colors. So make sure you'll check this description box below to see what colors I've used exactly. But if this is going too fast for you, just turn on the settings and make sure to lower the speed of the video, and that way you'll get to see what color I exactly used on what hand. These waxes also work very well to enhance texture on a project, and if you add it like really lightly on top of texture, you get the attention to the relief or to the structure that you created. And I'm also adding one of my favorite pastes. I got a lot of favorites, and this is Unicorn Paste by Finnabair. And Unicorn Paste is a transparent paste. This will dry transparent, but has this really cool, nice, small glitter in them with bigger mica flakes. And it's perfect. It's unicorn. It's great. To glue everything on the project, I'm using heavy body gel. I get quite a lot of questions about what medium to use to glue, but that is really, I think, just whatever you like best. But if you're working with metal a lot, I would recommend to use heavy body gel because it's thick, and you can easily glue everything, and it's really durable. And you can also use it for the less heavy elements as well, like flowers or anything, but it's just a really nice go-to medium for everything. So now I'm at the end of my project, the last phase of perfecting my whole moon landscape kind of feeling. So I decided to add some mica and some glitter and some micro beads, all in the same copper color type. And I'm using some glossy accents to glue them, but you can literally use everything. But I like glossy accents because it's transparent and it's more fluid than most glues are, so I like to use this. And this is something that I still have and well, I don't use it for anything else anymore, so it's a nice glue. So these jars are by Finnabair, and they come in this really cool like pepper and salt kind of jar, and it's really easy to apply this way, and you don't get a lot of material that goes to waste because it's just landing everywhere except on your project. This is my notebook or my journal almost finished. So it actually turned out a little less moon landscapey, kind of what I wanted, but I'm actually happy with it anyway. So if you have any questions about the techniques I've used or just want to let me know anything, leave me a comment down below, and make sure to check out the used materials in the description box as well. And if you have created anything along with me, please tag me in your social media posts. I'd love to see them. And for now, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for your support. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you like my videos, and have a wonderful day.